Hey everybody, this is Devin with HDpiano.com, and today we're going to take a look at Migraine by 21 Pilots. You know what? I said that wrong. Let me try that again.
This is Devin with HDpiano. I will show you how to play this song in this video. It's called Migraine by 21 Pilots.
Yes, now that was cool. All right, nice little surprise there. I dialed up a little vocoder sound in Ableton for you guys. But anyways, that is the intro for Migraine. And I'm going to show you guys how to play that much in this video, but the rest of the videos with the rest of the song can be found over at HDpiano.com, home of the hybrid piano lesson. So before I break that down, I am curious. We know that you guys are a dedicated group of fans for 21 Pilots, at least those of you active with HDpiano, and I'm just curious, how long have you guys been hip to this band, and what initially brought you to them? What song did you discover of theirs first? And what turned you on to them, and how'd you become such a big fan? Assuming you're a big fan to begin with. Although I just kind of have this feeling that most people who like 21 Pilots really like 21 Pilots, because you guys are requesting a lot of tutorials. So, comment below, I'm curious. Let's check it out. Well, middle C is right here, and I'm playing my right hand on G, C, and F. All right, so it's kind of like a G sus chord, or C sus chord rather, that resolves into C major. So G, C, F, then it goes down to E, the top note. And we take it down to D, and then eventually we take that C down to B. It's a rather classical, set of chords. Some nice voice leading. You can hear a choir singing it, perhaps why they chose the vocoder. So while this is the intro, this is technically the chorus, and that same part is played over the first chorus with the vocoder and everything, as well as sung. But later on, I'll be showing you guys how to play the piano part in the chorus, but in this instance, we're going to check out how to play this cool kind of vocoder intro. So if you have the software for it, go ahead and try and dial up a vocoder. If not, well, you can play it on piano and just sing the top note, something like that. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and a 1. So 3 iterations of our first chord. Am I the only one who knows? All right, so 1 and 2 and. So on the and of 2, we're going to bring that F down to E. That gives us our C chord. We're going to hold that over through beat 3, 3 and. Then we're going to bring that E down to D, and we're going to play 3 of these, 3 and 4 E and And on that final 16th note of beat 4, we're going to bring that C down to B. It's a little tricky, but I'm assuming you've listened to it plenty, so you know what it sounds like, and you can use your ears to kind of guide you through the process. But follow along nice and slow. 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and O. 1, 2, 3, big rest. Now we're going to repeat almost the same thing. Next part looks like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and O. 1 and 2 E and a 3. So it was the same first measure, but we hold that G chord through to the next measure. 1 and 2 E and a 3. So on the second measure of that phrase, we repeat the G again, and 2 E and a. So we're taking that G, taking those top notes, bringing them down to A and C, and back up to G. So those 2 measures one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 3, 4. All right. Before I bring in that left hand, let's just double check those first 2 phrases. So the first one is just one measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and a 1. Let's do it without me counting. 3, 4. 2, 3 to the next phrase. And 2, 3, 4. Great. Now let's bring in that left hand. We've got 2 more measures left of this section here. F in the left, and we're going to keep what we just learned in our right. We're going to play half notes for this first measure. Half note on F. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and O 1. And once we get to that G chord, we're going to hold that over in the right hand and enter on beat 1 nice and strong with a G. And then we're going to take that chord and walk it down a step to F major, F A C in the right, F in the left, and walk it down one more step to E major. So starting from when the left hand enters, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and O 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're into the main riff, which is over at part 2. And that's going to get us through so much of the song because it is basically all you're going to play in the verses. All right, so let me go ahead and play that out for you guys one more time. The whole intro, which is the chorus, looks like this. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Left hand comes in. All right, very cool little intro. And like I said, that is what's happening over the first chorus. And in the first chorus, the piano is essentially just playing, simple half-note chords, and the vocoder is playing that part over the piano. And I believe they're singing the melody as well. So it's not just the vocoder at that point. But yeah, let's talk about that vocoder real quick. So it's a pretty cool, way to kind of computerize the human voice. And I use it a lot in performance because it's kind of a cool gimmick and it's just really fun. If you want to hear some amazing vocoder work, look up Jake Sherman. He's a buddy of mine and he is just incredible when it comes to the vocoder. If you want to go down that road, check it out. But what's happening is basically you have a synth, and then you're using the notes of the piano to send a signal to that synth, which generates a very buzzy, bright sound. But rather, you mute that synth, so all you're hearing is, you hear nothing until you speak. But you're essentially pushing your voice through the sound of the synth, and somehow that happens in the computer. And it comes out sounding like a blend of the two. So you can, explore a wide range of options, and in this case, I've added a little bit of a filter, rolling off some of the highs, and put it through a flanger effect to kind of get that warbly sound, which I think kind of brought it close to the sound that we hear in the record. So there you have it, a little lesson on vocoding and the intro/chorus to Migraine by 21 Pilots. This is Devin with HDpiano.com. While you're here, like and subscribe on YouTube, and please follow us on all those other social media channels. And head over to the site, HDpiano.com, home of the hybrid lesson, to catch the rest of this song and to check out the tutorials for hundreds of other songs that we have in our catalog. All right, guys, hope to see you there. This is Devin, tuning out.